shoot. Alright, let's try this again. Somebody please do me a favor and let me know if the audio is making me sound like a over-caffeinated chipmunk. I'd appreciate it. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it's fixed now. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Ned just filmed a picture of an old lady getting drunk on a red horse. Good afternoon, everybody. Mayong hapon. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. Hopefully this thing is working now. I'm not sure if it is or not. Much better, somebody says. Thank you. Thank you. I sound normal. I don't know if this is going to start off with the weird chipmunk sound, but we'll check it out. Today is... Oh, I'm sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. Mayong hapon. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD, coming at you from an undisclosed location in Central Florida, United States of frickin' America. Yeah, baby. This video, I'm going to try to briefly and concisely talk about the reasons why I left the Philippines. Man, when I threw in the towel and I just said, I've had it. I'm done. It's over. The dream has turned into a nightmare and I am out of here. Today is April 23rd, 2018, the first day of the rest of our lives. And before I get into the reasons why I left the Philippines, I'd like to give a shout out to a couple people. First up is Big Pun, Big Brian Beckley. I know I haven't been doing a whole lot of videos as of late. My content's been rather thin. Actually, it's been kind of non-existent. So if you want to check out a new vlogger who's been putting out some really good stuff, go over to Brian's channel. You can actually see down the video description box, there's a link to his channel. Definitely go check that out. He's got a couple of videos up with me in them, starring me. And he put a lot of time into them. They're really high quality. They're his first vlogs that he's ever done. This is his first time editing, filming, doing all that stuff. And the quality speaks for itself, so definitely go check it out. Second shout out is to Lynn, Lang Lang, and Bebe. Please don't burn down the house and take it easy with the dried fish. No dried fish in the house, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you here. All right, so as most of you know, every year, and I've been in the Philippines almost 5 years now, I come back to the United States to take care of some business. Basically, the most important thing is visiting family, but there's some other things that I do. So let's get into it, the reasons why I left the Philippines this year. First up, of course, is to visit my family. My parents are getting on in age. They live down here in Central Florida, and they took care of me basically for 50 years, so it's about time for me to start stepping up to the plate and taking care of them. Time is precious. Time is a commodity, and health is a commodity that we don't appreciate until we start losing it. So it's really nice to be able to come here and spend time with them and get some really good homemade chocolate pies and do that stuff and spend time with them, quality time. We're very similar when it comes to lifestyle, views. I'm not going to say politics, so we're able to talk and converse and talk about things that sometimes I can't talk about with a typical expat in the Philippines because most of them are conservatives. Hey Brian, what's up, brother? And Craig, it's good to see you all. So yeah, the number one reason I left the Philippines this year, spend time with family. I'm going to spend about a little over 3 weeks here in Central Florida, and it's really nice. It's beautiful. The weather's nice. It's this time of year. It's hot in the Philippines because it's summertime. It's April and May is summertime. But here it's still nice. It's still beautiful, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying spending time with my family. Next up is medical care. Like I said, I'm 50 years old now. I'm starting to fall apart. I'm old and decapitated, and I got to get stuff taken care of. And it's not that I don't have faith in the Philippines medical system. It's just that I don't have complete faith in the Philippines medical system. So it's nice to be able to come here and address some issues with the neck, with the back, and some other stuff that I'm taking care of, and do that. Medications, that sort of thing. Something that we have to do as we get older. And the good news is it's only going to get worse as the years go by. Next up, shopping. I love shopping. Now, in the Philippines, they got outlets and stores and malls and Lazada and stuff like that where you can do a lot of shopping, but nothing beats being able to order directly from Amazon and have it delivered. You can have it delivered in the Philippines, but they're going to hit you with the import fees, the tariffs, all that stuff, so you don't want to do that. So I'm able to do all my Amazon orders, get a bunch of stuff. Also eBay. I was able to snipe a bunch of auctions. If anybody needs a Samsung S7 Edge, give me a holler, send me a PM or myphilippinedreams@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up for a slight profit. Also, going to supermarkets. Supermarkets in America are great. They're amazing. It's a joyous, wondrous experience. Just being able to go down the aisle, see all the offerings. Yogurt in the Philippines is like $4 to $5 per container. Here, it's $1 a container. The only problem is every year I come back, there's a couple things that happen. First off, I forget my PIN number. I always forget my PIN number, so I have to use credit until I can remember my PIN number. Also, I forget how that buy 10 for $10 thing works. If I buy 5, do I have to pay $10 or do I get it for $5? So I always have to ask the employees that. Basically, I get confused. I forget how the stuff works, the sliders and the chips and all that stuff. So that's pretty interesting. But being able to go into a supermarket and just go down the aisles and have all the different options and all that stuff is pretty amazing. I absolutely love it. Also, I got to get pasalubong. I actually got some pasalubong for some people in the Philippines. I'll be bringing it back. And again, you can do some shopping here in the United States that you can't really do in the Philippines. The only problem is getting it back through customs, because they'll be like, sir, why do you have 27 cell phones? I like cell phones. I collect cell phones. It's a hobby of mine. It's what I do. Chris Bartlett asks, who is looking after Angel? That would be Lynn, Lang Lang, and Bebe. Matter of fact, they stole Angel. Angel will no longer respond to me. I was yelling over Facebook Messenger on video. She just totally ignores me. She's got the 3 Filipinas, totally spoiling her, giving her chicken bones, fish bones, all that stuff, giving her belly scratches, unlimited belly scratches. So I've lost my dog. They stole my dog. Not cool. Also, another reason I came back to America and I left the Philippines was to eat some good food. Sorry, Philippines. I'm sure in some isolated areas in Cebu, Manila, you got some, fairly decent pizza, but nothing compares to the pizza in the United States of America. And I've been chowing down on that. I think I've already gained about 5 pounds. I've only been here about 4 days. So I'm doing that. Also, again, like I mentioned, the supermarket, the joy, all that stuff, getting rare roast beef with blood dripping off of it, Swiss cheese, about like a pound of that. Spend a lot of time on the toilet, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, eating and gonna gain some weight, getting ice cream, all that stuff. Ice cream that's made of actual milk and cream and not frozen vegetable oil, like Selecta and all that stuff in the Philippines. Another reason, or something that I'm doing while I'm in America, is somebody said Pinoy food's the worst. Yeah, they kind of missed the boat. I quit smoking. Yeah, as soon as I got here, I quit smoking. Again, I'm 50 years old. When you're 20s and your 30s and sometimes your early 40s, you can still keep the smoking going and not really feel the effects. But at 50 years of age, I'm really starting to feel the effects with my cardio, my breathing. And you combine the smoking with just the amount of pollution and diesel exhaust and all that stuff in the Philippines, the dust, the crappy air quality, and it just makes for a miserable experience. I've had more than my share of upper respiratory infections in the Philippines and had my run-ins with Zithromax on multiple occasions because of it. So I quit smoking. Plus, hopefully at some point, I know I keep talking about this, I'm going to get married and I want a family and I want to be around to see the family grow up. That would be nice. Quitting smoking is actually really easy. Wow, there's 182 people watching. Amazing. 184. Oh, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Quitting smoking is really easy. Just ask Mark Twain. He did it a million times. But it actually is. When you have the patch and you got the vapes, and I got this special vape juice. You can only order it from California, but it's really groovy, man. I don't know why you can't buy it from anywhere else, but it's really good stuff. And it tastes like, I forgot what it tastes like, burning pine needles or something. It's really good. So yeah, quitting smoking is easy, and I got to make sure when I go back to the Philippines and cigarettes are $1 a pack and everybody's smoking and all that, I got to make sure I stay quit this time. I can't be relapsing and going back to that dirty, filthy, nasty habit. And I'm one of those guys that, when I quit smoking, I'm a total jackass to people that smoke. You know, I'm like, I can't believe you're smoking. Don't you know all the health effects of that? Oh, it's my secondhand smoke, blah, blah, blah. So, quitting smoking, wish me luck, pray for me, keep me in your thoughts. Also, coming to the United States just gives you an opportunity to kind of recharge your batteries, to get out of that sometimes crazy and impetuous and insane environment and come back to a little slice of sanity. Everything here, I mean, I'm in a special part of the United States right now, but there's no sounds outside, there's no karaoke, there's no motorcycles, there's no Bora Boras without mufflers, scooters screaming by. It's just quiet. There's no burning trash. I haven't smelled burning trash since I've been here. I do miss the roosters, however. That is one thing I do definitely miss, is the roosters. We have roosters next to us at our house, at our pink house, on a couple sides actually. I don't miss the pig that one of our neighbors recently brought in, because pig shit is the nastiest thing in the world, but I do miss the roosters. So yeah, coming to the United States gives you an opportunity to just kick back, recharge, soak up that first world goodness, and prepare yourself for the next following year in a place that can kind of drive you crazy at times. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy living in the Philippines. About 90% of the time, I love it, I enjoy it, I really appreciate it, and I'm grateful for it, but it's that 10% of the time that can kind of drive you insane. Chris Bartlett says, go live in the provinces. It's great there. I can't live in the provinces. I got to be close to a city. I got to have those amenities. I got to be able to go shopping. I want to go to restaurants. I want to have some sort of options when it comes to doing things. So I can't live out in the provinces yet. Maybe sometime in the future, I'll turn into that farmer guy. That'd be cool. Also, the final reason why I left the Philippines and I'm here in the United States for this time that I'm spending here is it reminds me of the reasons why I left the United States in the first place and decided to travel 8,000 miles to the opposite side of the planet and live as an expatriate. One of the reasons was, and one of the main reasons was that I moved, was I had lost all my gratitude. I had lost appreciation for what I had. I lost appreciation for the opportunity that I had being born in the United States of America to a good family. I was taking things for granted. I was just a miserable bastard. So when you transpose and you transport yourself out of that situation, you're able to see how most people in the world, in most populous areas, are living. You appreciate the opportunities that you've had and what you have and the people that you have. And it gives you a perspective. And coming back to the United States, I got to tell you this though, every year that I spend outside of the United States, every time I come back, I feel like more and more like a stranger in a strange land. And it's just as soon as I get off the plane at JFK or Chicago, whatever, people are moving really fast. Everybody's got coffees. People aren't talking to each other. People aren't looking at each other. There's nobody smiling. Everybody seems preoccupied. And yeah, I know it's an airport and people are stressed out, but it's still strange. And then just going out and about and shopping and stuff, and people complaining about all these first world problems that they have. That the line's too long. There's like 4 people in line and they're complaining that, oh my God, I can't believe this line is so slow. I mean, just stupid stuff. That, you know, living somewhere else is a real problem. It gives you perspective. So the final reason, like I said, is to remind myself why I decided to become Special Ned and travel all the way across the planet to live a lifestyle that I never expected to live. And it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll be heading back shortly, not too long from now, and it's good because I miss some people over there. And until then, I'm just going to continue shopping on Amazon and doing the things that I'm doing. A good little hustle right now is these Samsung S7 Edges. They're going for about 20,000 pesos in the Philippines. You get them unlocked on eBay. You get them with the shattered screen. As long as the LCD's okay and the digitizer's okay, you can send it to this place on eBay that fixes them for 48 bucks. And then you can bring them, you know, then you have a really nice phone and you can do things with it. A lot of them are unlocked. A lot of the flagships like the S7s, S8s and all that are unlocked, the iPhones, for international use. Sometimes with T-Mobile and Sprint, you have to get the unlock codes, but they're not that expensive. Couple quick. Oh, there's 200 people watching. Wow, everybody, I appreciate it. Oh, you guys missed me, didn't you? Somebody mentioned something about the thumbnail. What's wrong with the thumbnail? Oh my God. Yeah, I shouldn't have used that thumbnail. I'm sure Aaron and Twitchy are going to get a hold of that and put it all over their stuff. Sensei 7 is a scam site. Trusty Shellback. Okay. All right, so first, as some of you know, I've been taking TRT for about 4 months. 200 milligrams, sipping it a week. Somebody else has been usually administering it to me, so today I had to administer it to myself for the first time. Now, I'm scared to death of needles. I always have been. If I have to give blood or do whatever, I got to tell the nurses to make sure to lie me down in a gurney, because sometimes I've passed out. So today I had to do my first TRT administration, and that would have made for an excellent video. That would have made for a very funny video, because I got it all loaded up. I broke the ampule, I got everything in there, but it took me about an hour and a half to gather the courage to actually jab that thing into my thigh. And if you know how to do needles and stuff, it's painless. It just looks really intimidating because the needles, I mean, it's pretty freaking long, and it's got to go all the way in because it's an intramuscular injection. And it was scary. And I was like, I don't think I can do this. So it took me about an hour and a half of my first world problems. There's another first world problem. Low test, and I got to take TRT. Oh, geez, poor me. Gosh. So that was kind of funny. Would have made for a good video. I ordered a GoPro Hero 6. Brian's got one, and as soon as I saw his and the video quality and everything, I had to get one. But it hasn't arrived yet. Scott Parnell is on the Big Island. Yeah, Big Island's nice, man. I lived on the Puna Coast, been to the Kona Coast. I was in Hanamu, Mountain View. I was living there for a while when the Big Island's boring. I liked it, man. We had Kalapana. Kalapana hadn't been overrun by volcanoes yet. And we used to go surf. That's where we used to go surfing and boogie boarding. It was down at Kalapana. Beautiful black sand beach. I think it's gone now. Also, the final story I'll relate is I had my first encounter with these emotional support animals. I was at JFK waiting to get on the plane to Orlando, and there was these two Asian American young ladies, I'm sure college age, 20, 21, princesses. They had the jeweled cases on their phone and everything, and they both had dogs, little dogs. And I introduced myself, and I was tired, I was grumpy, and they said, oh, these are emotion. I'm like, how much do they charge you to take the dogs on the plane? And they're like, oh, no, we don't get charged. These are emotional support animals. And so I asked them, I said, oh, you guys just come from a deployment? Were you guys over in Afghanistan and Iraq? And they're like, oh, no. So anyways, we get on the plane, and about halfway down to Orlando, I hear one of the dogs whining. And it's a whine, if you've ever been a dog owner, and I love dogs, even though they stole my dog, Angel, you recognize immediately. It's the I have to go to the bathroom whine. So about 5-10 minutes after this horrible stench pervades the cockpit. The flight attendant crews are all running around with paper towels. The dog, I guess, had diarrhea. It wasn't a solid poop. So when the solid poops, I mean, it's kind of smelly, but it's not too bad. But when you have the diarrhea covering that whole area, that really caused a problem. Some people were retching on the plane. The princesses were screaming for help. And it was a pretty interesting experience. I can understand, support dogs for people that have, veterans coming back with PTSD disorders. I mean, real trauma events. But I don't think these princesses had any real trauma events. I think they were just getting a free flight for their dogs through this loophole. So that's my TRT story, giving myself my first injection. Oh my God, I was so scared. But it's completely painless. I mean, completely painless. You don't feel it. When you do it right, you pull the skin and everything, you don't feel it. All right. Oahu Dudes, it's attending Silliman University. Let's go to the comments. Jimmy Dury says, did you hear Peter V is in the States? I have no idea. I haven't followed him for a while. But that was fun. The Peter V years were quite amusing. There was some funny stuff that was going on. Big Island, even more boring. Why America wants to live in the Philippines? That is backwards. That's Spicy David. Welcome to Florida. Thank you. Too crowded to surf in Hawaii. I haven't been there for a long time, man. Johnny says stay smoke free. 7 years on the average for lungs to clear and heal. Yeah, man, I got a long ways to go. Did you get make our country great again? Says, did you get sprayed with chemtrails in the Philippines? It's possible, man. Anything's possible. Chemtrails, flat Earth, it's all possible. Okay, somebody's rubbing on Sentai 7. Vincent Mancini says, did you renounce your citizenship? I would never, ever, ever renounce my American citizenship. That is, to be born in the United States or in any first world country or anything like that, you're very fortunate to have that. And I would never, ever, ever give that up, despite the crazy culture war that's going on right now and all the nonsense in the news. Make your country great again also says you can go piss in the women's bathroom here. Okay. Clickbait, yeah. Hendog says, oh my God, clickbait. Bro, you got me. Yeah, it's a bit of a clickbait. But at least you got that cool thumbnail to laugh at. Wacky Tobacco. Yeah, man, this stuff's good. You can only get it in California. They ship it out. It's pretty interesting. I got glaucoma, so it helps my glaucoma a lot. Yeah, there's no roosters. Yeah, 420, man. 420. Vaping is just the same as smoking. I don't think it's as bad. Plus, I don't have the nicotine in this. I got the nicotine on the patch, so hopefully... This is just to cover the ritualistic part of it, the movements and all that. I haven't been doing it that much. Smoke kills sperms too, man. Harder to make babies. Okay, yep, so I'm quitting smoking. Shane Butt says, Ned, I am moving there, I guess, to the Philippines with 3 kids. Good luck with that. That flight's going to be fun. Chris Bartlett says, I love Pinoy ice cream. Oh, God. Michael Larson says, are you going back to the Philippines? Of course, if they'll let me back in. And I told you about the exit clearance woes that I had. It's just like, this is what I'm talking about, Philippines. Get your stuff together, man. Get it working, man. Get it working. You drive tourists crazy. We go, what was it? Recently we went somewhere, and there's no signs to anything, or the stuff's closed and they haven't announced it, or they have maps up, but the Mainit Hot Springs is on the opposite side of the island that the map actually says. Okay, Hanging with Homer brings up a really good point. He says, pack a Balik Bayan box to send back. I actually went to First Asian Store in Leesburg, Florida today, because I missed the Philippines. I wanted to talk, Filipino with some Filipinos. So, and I asked them about the Balik Bayan rules, because if you remember back in August last year, they had instituted this thing where you can only have up to $200 in value if you're not OFW and related in the first degree to somebody who you're shipping it to. And then they stopped it, and they said they were going to restart it on April 1st. But talking to this guy today, he's absolutely convinced that that new policy didn't kick in on April 1st. So, and again, don't take my word on this for anything, because nobody knows what's actually going on in the Philippines. Nobody knows, except for President Duterte. So as far as I know at this point, a foreigner can send a Balik Bayan box to the Philippines and not, be worried about the total value being over $200 or something. It's about $90 to $95 to $100, depending on where you're shipping it to send a Balik Bayan. So why would you spend $100 to spend $200 to send $200 worth of stuff? Anyway, so the latest is that this guy told me, and he's the location. You should have seen all the Balik Bayan boxes he had in the back of the store. It was crazy. I'm not exaggerating. There must have been about 50, 60, 70 boxes back there. And those boxes are pretty big. So thank you for bringing that up. When am I coming back? Like 3 weeks? Spicy David says Starbucks race controversy nonsense. No, that looked like a problem, man. I think they were only in the store like 3 minutes and they got arrested, or they called. I forgot. No, yeah. It was insane. How was my meeting with Rike? It was good. He spent a lot of time, as Rike does, and if you know Rike, you'll know what I'm talking about. He spent a lot of time talking about himself. So it's cool. You just sit there, you eat your Vietnamese food, and I got some dirt too, but I can't talk about it. I'm sworn to secrecy. Stranger in a green. Yeah, you need a plan. Wahoo Do says, "Are you engaged now?" Nope, not engaged. Not engaged. Okay, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Nothing has changed regarding the boxes. We still ship everything with no problems. We use LBC. Thank you for that. Yeah, they were using 4X there. Wayne Matthew says, "Are you happiest in the U.S. or the mighty Philippines?" It's both have their pros and cons, but you got to go by my actions, and I spend the vast majority of every year in the Philippines. Like I said, 90% of the time I'm really happy. I like the lifestyle, I like the people. It's a beautiful country. I just got some new lenses for my DSLR, so I'm hopefully bringing up my photography game. So yeah, I really enjoy my time there. And yeah, the food's not that great, and it's chaotic, and the air quality's pretty bad when they're burning trash. They love burning shit. They gotta stop burning shit, man. Whenever anybody comes, new tourists, new people, new travelers, and I meet up with them, that's one of the first things, because I ask them, so what do you think so far? What's the pros, what's the cons? And they always bring up the burning trash and the burning leaves. Dumaguete, somebody said, Ion U News says, "I love the Philippines. In 3 years, that will be my home. Dumaguete, here I come." There's a lot of foreigners in Dumaguete. Just go around, check out other places, Check out Dipolog. If you're a single guy, go check out Dipolog. Yeah, it's Mindanao. Yeah, that Italian guy got kidnapped by Abu Sayyaf or what, but they released him eventually after the ransom was paid. But they have a really nice boardwalk and a boulevard, and they have the best mango shakes I've ever had, and they're only 35 pesos for a giant mango shake. Ricky says, "You can't beat the good weed in California." I don't know what you're talking about. Jerry Gamboni says, "I like San Miguel Light." Jerry, I had a lot of respect to you up to this point. Spicy David C says, "Philippines needs to fix poverty and corruption." Yeah, that's a problem, man. That's a problem. They deserve better. And I guess they're the tiger of Asia right now. But I guess a lot of that, from what I'm hearing, the economy's doing so good and everything is based on credit. And they're creating this big bubble, and it could burst at any moment. And if you live in the Philippines, you'll see the Rusi trucks going around a lot. And if you look closely at the Rusis they have in the back of the truck, you'll see that they're not new Rusis. They're actually repos from all the credit that they give out. And the credit, they'll charge, you'll have a 65,000 peso scooter, and people will end up paying about 35,000 pesos in financing fees. It's ridiculous. Everyone you know says Dipolog is in Negros. No, it's on Mindanao. It's not far from the port there, the Pitan. That's where my present Uyab is from. She is from Dipolog. All right, so that's basically it. Thanks, everybody. There's 227 people watching. Wow, I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate the comments. I can't respond to all of them. They're coming through pretty quick. Apologies for the chipmunk session on the audio. I'm going to have to test it every time I do one of these before. But I miss the Philippines. I miss Lynn. And looking forward to going back. I don't miss Brian because he's a conservative. And he's also a much better vlogger than I am. So definitely, guys, again, go down and check out the video link to Brian's channel and check out the 2 videos that he's put up. He's going to be putting up another one, another adventure that we went on. And he did a really good job putting that up. The vast majority of that is his footage because I was kind of losing interest in doing vlogs and stuff. So check his channel out. He's the new young gun, and I expect great things from him. And I got some cologne for him. He wanted me to pick up some cologne. So until next time, everybody, please take care. Stay out of trouble. Don't make fun of the thumbnail. I'm going to try to change the thumbnail. I didn't realize I put that one up. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams. Take care, one and all, and keep dreaming. It's good. Peace. Bye.